Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so a couple of things on my mind. First of all, shout out to Summer Walker for speaking up against what's going on in Gaza. Um, she came when she could. I always say, I want people to speak up when I want them to speak up, but the people behind the curtain don't necessarily allow them to speak up when I want them to. She stepped out in front of this on this day and wrote something very, very poignant that I encourage everybody to read. She's on that prayer list that I've had going for several years, and so she's always being prayed for here, as I'm sure many of y'all who follow me close enough already know. But I'm very proud that she stepped up and wrote that, where others are so very silent. I do feel frustrated that people haven't spoken sooner. And I've been on record saying some of y'all who are speaking up now, I'm not looking at y'all the same way because y'all could have been spoken. But people need to talk, man. The end. Also, yeah, man, what was I going to say? I don't know what else. I had something else going on in my head that had nothing to do with that, but since that was the first thing that came to mind, I'm sure it was the most important. Nothing I had going on was more important than just acknowledging the prayer one that spoke up, finally spoke up, man. So yeah, that's my thought. I want to acknowledge that my last therapy session was something that really dear to me, man. And I encourage everybody to go check it out. It gives you an insight to how I'm looking at my friend right now to a degree. Her behavior toward me a little bit, I guess, is the best way not to put it. And kind of equated it to some trauma that my mother went through in its own way. So now I sent it to her, even though it's kind of harsh about what I'm viewing her, in viewing her a certain way. I think it can do more good than bad. So I'm hopeful she'll receive it in a positive light. I hope she cares to watch it, because I don't know that I'm not an annoyance at this point. It's tough dealing with people who are suffering, though, and it's tough dealing with younger people when you're older who are suffering something and they don't know how to handle it. They may have some traits about them that were already like a certain way before they went through what they went through, and then they went through something and it just magnified those traits. But we gotta always remember to put ourselves in other people's shoes, and always remember that sometimes the other people are not putting themselves in yours. That's what I'm trying to absorb. I've been on this camera all over the place in regards to this topic. I mean, all over the place. But the one thing that I can say is a constant for me is that I care about the person I'm speaking about every time I speak of her. I want her to be better. I believe she can be better. I believe she's already expressed to me that she wants to be better, and that I can help with that. And sometimes, it can get a little tough. As I said in my last video, one of the things that came to me in meditation was her demons despise you, her angels adore you, and if she gets rid of those demons, she'll never ignore you. And so I'm just going to take that as description. I'm going to take that as what it needs to be. But for the time being, I got my own problems that this is magnifying, and trying to be there for someone else while they're trying to figure out whether or not they care about you is a problem in and of itself. An attack upon my spirit that is doing enough to frustrate me on top of everything else. So I'm in between my workouts. I'm almost done, actually. I'm halfway through my last 2 sets, believe it or not. I got to 50 and sat down and just started messing around with the phone, but I got to get up and finish these last 2 sets and get a meal in me. But I'm loving the hour change. Hopefully you guys have all set your clocks, or had them automatically set, but your wall clocks and stuff like that. Spring forward, so we went forward an hour. Fall back is the one that we go through right before October, or around October. But we spring forward an hour, and I really like it. I like it. It's giving me more of a day, it feels like. And the day is longer, the night is shorter, but the day is what I prefer in circumstances like this. So my stress level's high, man. With this room being more expensive, I gotta ask for more money, although I have some. Luckily enough, my for the first week was cheap. Plus I sold some shares that I've yet to transfer over, and then I had some money held over from what my uncle gave me. So I'm in a okay space so long as I'm given more. And it's just when does it end is also a part of my stress. Uh, Wanting to be stronger, wanting my words to match my actions, wanting my mind to be stronger against people who don't respond to me. This is the type of thing where it's like, this is not a strength of mine. I'm not used to people discarding of me at all. I'm used to people responding to me, and I'm usually the one doing the discarding. So it's humbling to be in this position and to know how it feels to be on the other side. And if anybody ever wanted me to get karma for what it is that I did in regards to ignoring you, believe me, I'm going through it in a very difficult way. But I never ignored you because I didn't love you. I ignored you because I couldn't get out of my own way. And I think the same is happening with my friend there. The exact same thing. My mother was always giving me all the attention in the world. And since I was so close to her, I thought everybody was like her to a degree. Obviously, I had gone through what I went through at 2 years old, but that was just like a super anomaly of a demon and an evil person with crazy mentality or what have you. It wasn't like what you're going to see on average, I didn't believe. So when you start getting away from that and you start meeting different types of people, you start being in the lives of other people and try to love them the way that you know how, and you don't get that back, it's like a shell shock, even for a person my age. Especially someone who spent a lot of time alone, who don't have a big circle, don't know too many people, So it's one of them situations where it's like, this is not the easiest thing for me to deal with, and I'm sure it's not the easiest thing for her to deal with. But it's just one of those situations. It's like, how do I let this go like I used to do? She would go dark and it wouldn't be nothing to it. But I guess it's because I'm going through so much. That I'm having a hard time with it in a way that isn't normal for even me. I care that much, so it makes it even harder, But, and then your ego gets wrapped up into it in different ways, and so it just becomes an obsessive thought that doesn't go away. And I want to win this battle, man. I want to win this battle against what I'm going through in every way, shape, and form. I want my confidence to be high going forward. I want to feel like I'm doing something in life. And even though I got a lot of things that I'm proud of, my channel, I just did another playlist last night, which I think was really good. The one I was telling you about that I was kind of getting a bunch of music together from different places. One of the songs came to me in a dream. I made that playlist last night. I thought it came out pretty good. Wasn't perfect though, but I'm happy with it. I listened to it, and I think most people who like that type of music will love it. Delicity 367. Check it out on Apple Music. BDF at Apple Music, BDF 44 at Apple Music. But yeah, man, I'm just frustrated. Oh, by the way, Summer Walker's song CPR is on that playlist. I put that on there. But anyway, so yeah, man, I'm just like, I feel abandoned, you know what I mean, by the person that you pray for the most outside of your family, of course. I feel abandoned by somebody who, said they really care, and I don't think they mean to do it. I don't think I genuinely don't think that her natural mind would do this. I think she's in a different space right now, and I don't know what to do with it. But that's what it is, man. Sometimes people just go hot and cold. Sometimes people just go cold. Sometimes you just say the wrong thing and turn people all the way off. I don't really know, but at least she's been responding to certain things, and that's a positive thing. That's more than I would have did in certain cases back in the day. When I was doing it to others, but I'm just not a cold-hearted person. I don't know how to be cold-hearted, and I don't really know how to view cold-hearted people, especially when they haven't always been that way. But everybody's different, man. Everybody's different. Everybody protects themselves differently. Everybody looks at things a certain way. I know there are a lot of people out there who deal with this just fine. They'll be like, all right, F her, man. She don't love me, cool. But I'm just a different type of breed, and I've poured a lot of prayer into this person. That's what makes it difficult for me. It ain't just another human being. I'm not just another human being. So that's what it is, man. I'm trying my very best to do that in a positive way, and of course I spaz out. No medication, no liquor, nothing, no distraction. It's just me and myself. And it's hard, man. You got to put people around you who know how to cultivate your mind if you're special like that. If you have a different type of head, don't bring people around you that don't respect that. I've done that in certain cases in my life. To choose the people that get close to that ultimately don't know how to care enough to give you what you need, or don't know how to give you what you need, or too busy thinking about themselves to give you what you need. Or maybe that's my problem, but I think that that's what it really comes down to when you got a head that's you struggle with. You know what I mean? And some people just say, F everybody, go get money. I don't love money, man. I don't love money at all. I don't love the process of getting money. I don't like materialistic people. I don't like materialistic thoughts entering my mind. I don't care for that at all. In fact, it's brand repellent. I prefer relationships, friendships, substance, and creativity. Money is a demonic energy in my mind that is meant to pull us away from those things of substance. And so as a creative, I live my life without it. And I equate a lot of what success is with a lot of the stuff that we're seeing today. And some of the people who are most successful need to get past the threshold and the acceptance of people who are doing some of the worst things in the world right now. And I have no interest in doing anything for them at all, least of all with the talent that the Lord gave me. So it's a lot that comes with that. It just caps off your mind in regards to what you think is even possible in your life, and it messes with your confidence. But I'm stubborn. If nothing else, I've learned I'm stubborn. I'm very stubborn. And I'd love to overcome that stubborn nature so that I can be in positions that make me much more happy. So yeah, man, stress and hurt, is what I'm dealing with. A lot of heartache, a lot of stress, a lot of abandonment issues that may be getting developed right now in this situation, because my mother certainly didn't abandon me. But at the end of the day, you just understand that people aren't thinking about you. They're thinking about what they're dealing with, and you can't be so selfish within yourself, self-centered within your own nature, that you are not thinking about what shoes they're wearing and how it may feel to be in them. And so it's a lot of maturing that needs to be done on both sides of this situation between myself and my friend there. And I want to see her get to where she's going, man. I want to see her become the wife and mother that she ultimately wants to be for herself, that ultimately the Lord wants for her to be someday, on her own pace. And I just think with me wanting so much from her, it's almost like I'm trying to force her into that space too soon, or trying to, and only for me to find myself not ready either. So it's just like that's where I'm having trouble. It's just beholding all of that, absorbing all of the truth of what it is that's going on here, and realizing I ain't nowhere near the man I need to be to even absorb the responsibilities that would otherwise come if she were ready. So it's like I don't think she cares to even make me that person because of probably some of these problems. And there's no way of knowing because her communication is not willing at this point. So it's like, am I just an annoyance at this point? Am I just some dude in her inbox? I don't know who I am in this woman's life anymore, at all. I don't know. And so that's what a lack of communication will do to a brain like mine, trying to help you figure out where you stand in somebody's life, and if they even care anymore, like they said they did just 2 weeks ago. So I don't know. I don't really know how that works. And I hate being in this space. I really do. But I'm an open man, you know what I mean? If that makes me a weak man in some people's eyes, I don't know how that is, because a lot of people are afraid to share. And I think that fear is equated to weakness. So I'm not afraid to share. I'm not afraid to look vulnerable as a man in this society where that's supposed to be a bad thing. I don't. So as far as I can tell, that ain't weakness. It just ain't protecting myself from the cares of others as it pertains to how they would view me positively in this society. Also, I understand that a lot of people don't give a crap. They don't care. Like, rule number one, people don't care. I don't subscribe to that. Why? Because I have a heart and I do care. I care. When people tell me what they're going through, I listen. And I absorb the wisdom from within what it is they're going through. And I try my best to be, unselfish in nature. Now, does that mean I execute very well in my unselfishness? I don't think so. And maybe that might be the problem. But to say that people don't care, some don't. If you surround yourself with people who don't, you won't find people who care. But if you put yourself out there toward people who do, and you match your words with your actions in their lives, they will be interested in staying in yours, or at least knowing what's going on in yours. So that's what I've tried to do: match my actions with my words in this person's life. And so hopefully, as I've told her, I'll never give up on her, she'll see me still trying to not, as she appears to give up on me. Should that energy be pointed at a person who's appearing to give up on me? Probably not. And so I war with a lot in this situation. But that war should be, not in existence for much longer, given the fact that my faith is so strong. My God is good, and He's given me a lot of understanding in other areas that I can trust Him, and that He'll work things out. And that I can be transparent with you guys, and that He would make me okay with myself as I do so. And that is something I'm very thankful for. So yeah, man, that's what I'm on right now. I'm gonna finish these chairs. I'm gonna finish these squats and eat me a meal, get me a shower. I don't think I'm gonna go back out right now or after that. I don't think so. But something that came to me this morning, the Lord said to me in so many ways, give me a few days. Remember when I told you maybe 2 months ago when I first got here, He said give me a day, when I was feeling most suicidal, when I was like at my lowest. He said give me a day. I was like, man, I'll give you a day. Well, in this situation, He said give me a few days. In a few days, you'll see some things start to shake up in the ways that you've been waiting for. I don't know if that's what I wanted to hear. I don't know if that's what He was trying to tell me, but that's what I got in meditation this morning as I was stressing. So give me a few days, work some things out. In the meantime, just follow me in everything I'm asking you to do. And so, yeah, I hope that this reaches everybody in a positive light. I hope that all of you who may have a cold heart trying to protect yourself from what may come at you understands that is not effectively protecting you from what is actually coming at you. What's coming at you is an enemy that wants to weaponize you against others, and by way of that cold heart, that's exactly what he's effective in doing. BDF 44, I thank you all for watching. I'm out.